Hello, everyone. It is time to review a movie I have been very, very eager to see. It's James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. You probably don't need me to explain the premise of this one, but just in case, very lightly, Viola Davis's Amanda Waller plucks a group of supervillains out of prison and sends them on a mission in exchange for reducing their sentences. So, this movie is weird, and it is very much my kind of weird. I'll tell you right up top, not all the jokes land, and there are a few sequences that maybe lack some of the energy that I think most of the film does have, but between the electric ensemble and this one-of-a-kind weird that feels so specific to James Gunn, any bump in the road, it just didn't matter to me. I barely felt it. This movie is just such a beautifully strange visual feast that I just couldn't get enough of it. I'm not touching any plot on this one to steer well clear of spoilers. So I do think the best approach might be to go character by character. I guess hitting as many as I can, at least, in the process. So I'm going to start with the big one for me and tell you that Daniela Melchior stole this movie for me as Cleo, or Ratcatcher 2. When it comes to her ability, I think that shouldn't come as much of a surprise to you, because you guys well know I am an animal lover. This character controls rats. I was wildly charmed by the relationship she has with her main rat, Sebastian, and now I want a rat. But it's really more than that. Melchior has chemistry with everyone here. The whole ensemble is great and pairs really well together, but her connection to certain characters makes up such a significant amount of the emotional core of this movie. She is a standout when it comes to balancing the comedy of the Suicide Squad with those more heartfelt components of the movie. And, in fact, I might go as far to say that she really is the heart of this movie. But I also don't necessarily want to undersell the drive behind the other characters here. It's different with them, and I found myself most taken by Cleo in that particular respect. I also have to give a very, very big shout out here to John Cena as Peacemaker. I mean, no wonder James Gunn wanted to make a whole series with him in that role after this. I do still have F9 on the brain because that came out not too long ago, and yeah, it's not Cena's best work, with it often feeling like he was in a different kind of movie than everyone else. Here, however, he gets it, and he really gets that character. His line delivery is so spot on. The way he carries himself as Peacemaker couldn't have been better, and he really does have quite the challenge there when it comes to capturing both the humor and the entertainment value that comes with playing a character who believes that he's fighting for good even though he's doing absolutely terrible things, and then also making sure that you feel the terror and the menace that comes with behavior like that, and he pulls all that off quite well. To roll through a few other names real quick here, I loved the ruthlessness of Davis's Amanda Waller. Idris Elba was quite good as Bloodsport, conveying a degree of volatility, but also positioning him as the group's rock. Margot Robbie continues to excel as Harley Quinn. I've thought this all along, and you can feel it here big time as well. She understands this character and seems to love playing her, or at least that is just how I feel watching her in these movies. I don't know exactly how to put it into words here, but what David Dastmalchian does as Polka-Dot Man is something else. I can't say I've ever seen a character quite like that, and was totally taken by him. And yeah, Nanawe is just everything I hoped for and more. If I didn't mention anyone here, it's not because they are not good in the movie. It's because the Suicide Squad is an enormous, stacked ensemble with so many wonderfully bizarre characters. I really, really dug this whole crew here. As for the action, I cannot express how happy I am that they let this movie have an R rating. Again, this is an over-the-top James Gunn film, and these big, bold, wacky characters do truly benefit from being able to go so big with the language, the blood, and the gore. And then on top of that, the thing is, Gunn just captures it all so beautifully. This is the kind of film I'll wind up rewatching just so I can freeze frame every step of the way to really soak in the detail and the stunning shot composition here. And if you are a big fan of strong soundtracks with very energizing needle drops, this movie's got them for you. All right, let's score this one. I am going to give The Suicide Squad 4 Deweys out of 5 on the Dewey Decimovie scale. In general, it really excites me when I see a movie that makes me say, this is so specific to that filmmaker that I am confident that no one else on the planet could have made this movie the same way. And that right there is James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. There are more DC movies that I like beyond the ones I'm about to name here, but looking at Joker, Birds of Prey, and now The Suicide Squad in particular, I'm really feeling these massive creative swings that the DC film franchise is taking. I think these bold moves are keeping things fresh. They're keeping me on my toes. And I also think a lot of those very bold moves are paying off quality-wise too. So there you guys go. Those are my thoughts on The Suicide Squad. I know you are seeing this movie. So when you do, hit the comment section below. Share your own thoughts on it right there. And just because I have a feeling this will be a fun conversation to have with many different answers, chime in the comment section below with your favorite member of the ensemble. Clearly, I'm going Ratcatcher too. Are you following in my footsteps? You choosing someone else? It's all good. Pick whoever you want. I loved them all. All right, before I say goodbye, Patreon shout out time. This review is going out to 6 wonderful individuals. They are Tabitha, Iman, Corey, Craig, Paul, and Andrew. Big thanks to the 6 of you for sticking with the campaign and helping to keep all of this up and running. You are greatly appreciated. And again, thank you for being here. A big thanks to everybody out there for watching this review. You know what to do. Like and share it before you leave, and I'll have more for you real soon.